Has the back stopped annoying you yet with the glassy
Nope.
finish?
Hell no. But that's what I have this stuff for.
Cloth on top.
Ooh.
It's a cloth and a little pouch bag. Yes, I'm that anal retentive.
On top.
Hell no. But that's what I have this.
Ooh. That
About-
echo, though.
Am I talking to myself or what?
Was that a ghost or a horse? That was a little bit weird.
That's what it's all about. It's all because of that reason. You'll stop talking to yourself now. I had a window open with us open in it, and then a second window that was the feed for the actual stream. So you shouldn't echo now. Am I
Right.
echoing?
Test.
No one's echoing. We're
Are
not
we
echoing.
live yet?
We're going to talk about things that's been happening in video games. Lots of stuff's happened in video games this week. We've got a lot to talk about. And Lauren, you're back for the first time in a while.
Yes,
How you doing?
hello, it's me. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, I'm doing.
Never seen you with glasses on before. This is a new treat.
Really?
Yeah, really.
They actually do nothing. No, not really. They do something, which is make me look fantastic. Other than that, I do need them to actually see at the computer.
Are you wearing
So I
pretend
should wear them more
pixel
often.
lenses to try and put us all off?
No, they're anti-fatigue ones because my eyes are lazy, just like me. So
Do you
Fair
get
enough.
it from your eyes, or do they get it from you? Like, who was lazy first, and then who was like, you know what? Yeah.
you know what? Which came first, the chicken or the egg, Alana?
I don't know. I think this
Good
is the
question
new
we need to
greatest
ask.
mystery.
What came first? Eyes or glasses?
I mean,
And
glasses
Chun,
when
how you
they
doing?
five, but
You're looking mighty sharp over there. No beard, fresh shaved.
Yeah, well, I figured I'll give the beard a rest for a while. It can always grow back in a couple of days, so that's fine.
Hair grows, man. Hair grows.
Yeah.
Alana,
Well-
how are you?
At least he does.
I'm pretty good. My hair is growing too much. It's just like a bird's nest or something equally messy. Aside from that, I'm pretty cool, but I'm just like every 10 minutes of every day, I just get annoyed by my hair at the moment. So yeah, that's kind of all I can think about during this podcast.
That's
I
the
feel
big
you.
that's the big problem in your life at the minute. Is a bird on your head.
It's
Makes
such
That's
a
what I
hard
do.
life. I mean, I've shaved most of it off. I don't really think I can go any further without. I don't know. It's a big commitment. I think I'm just
My
going to
whole
stick it
head
out.
looks like this.
It'd be pretty odd to be fair. I don't think I could cope with bald Alana.
Yeah, no.
do it now on the podcast live.
Yeah, on camera.
Right now, live.
Shave your head.
Live head shave for charity. We don't have charity, but you can do it for charity.
I mean,
People spend
if
money.
I got paid, or if people actually donated money to charity for me to shave my head.
You started something now. What's the figure we can get to?
We could call it the world's greatest shave. How great would that be?
Oh my god! How has no one ever thought of that?
I don't
Lauren,
what
your
am I
glasses,
thinking
they
of?
make you so smart.
I know.
Mental head shaving aside, I'm pleased that everybody's comfortable and sitting well. Lauren, I will talk to you first this week because me and you have both been playing some Far Cry Primal.
We sure
Have you
have
played
been.
any more since I last spoke to you, or are you still in the early dregs?
Look, I'm still really, really early into the game at the moment, so yeah. Not as far in as you, apparently.
I don't know how I've spent so much time with it. I got it as literally like probably play this for a few hours, come back to it here and there, but it's something that I've wound up playing quite a bit of. What's your initial impressions anyway? Obviously, if you're still early in it, I'd try not to spoil anything for you, but what's happening so far?
Look, I am enjoying it, but I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would be, like early into it. I can see that it's got potential though for some greatness, but at the moment it hasn't really caught me that much. It takes a lot for me to become totally invested in a game, but otherwise, no, it looks good. I like how they pretty much retained, the interface that we all know and love. So at least that was easier. I didn't have to learn anything, but no, It's going okay. I think it'll be interesting. It's a nice change instead of just shooting up. Oh, not shooting up, but shooting places
Heroin
and
jump.
I
seeing
knew less about
people in
the Far Cry games
Yeah.
than I thought.
Heroin game.
Far Cry Primal now with blue lights. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, I'm excited to see where it goes, but for the moment, it hasn't really caught me.
No, it's got its nails in me a little bit. It's I think it's because it's not taking itself seriously. It's literally giving you a setting that you're playing in, and it's just mission. There's not much in the way of story. It's just mission after mission. This tribe are trying to like wipe your tribe out, go rescue your tribe. That's pretty much the the whole catharsis of it. And it's like, right, let's go rescue this person, and then different people send you on different missions, and you can tame animals. It's passive. It's something incredibly passive. You don't sit there and go, I need to get to the next story mission. You sit there and go, just one more camp. I'll go make one more bonfire, and then you go to another one. And it has got a little bit of that grind towards a level up, because skills obviously can be upgraded, as in any Far Cry game. But they're a lot more prevalent in this, and it happens a lot quicker because you haven't got weapons to unlock and things like that. It's literally bare bones. It's set 10,000 BC, so guns weren't a thing then, I think. But they do have grappling hooks, and I told you all that I had a big gripe with that. Like, there's no way they had grappling hooks back in 10,000 BC.
You don't know, man.
I mean, clearly they did.
Come on, like.
It's historically accurate. Didn't you see all those cave paintings where they had grappling hooks, utility belts? I think Batman was actually born in the caveman era. So
There were giant sloths back then. I'm sure you could just tie one of those to a rope and throw it in a tree. You're good to go.
So where do you sit on Primal? Any interest in it?
Yeah, I've got quite a bit of interest in it, actually. I would like to get it at some stage. Yeah, just probably when things die down a little bit. I like the premise. That's what's tying me to it more so than anything else. I really had my heart set on that collector's edition that they had, because I'm a sucker for those. Because you get that little that chompy kind of box. I wanted that, and you can get that knife. I like those collectible things, but as far as the game goes, because that's the most important thing. I like the premise, how it just takes you right out of anything that we can really relate to, and they created languages for the game, like proper, what do you call them, like prehistoric vocal people that know shit about that kind of stuff. They created languages for this game, and wrote it all down in a manual, and you could actually, if you wanted to really get in depth, you could learn it yourself, and it's quite immersive. Not that I'd actually do any of that stuff, but the game has got my interest peaked from the effort on that side they're putting in. It does seem to me a little bit like an expansion pack, I guess. Like, it doesn't feel, from what I've seen, a whole fully fledged concept, but yeah, it looks like a lot of fun from the gameplay I've seen. I'd like to get into it when it kind of maybe gets a bit cheaper.
Yeah, that was a big thing because I played some Far Cry 4 the week leading up to it, just to get back used to the mechanics, because they were very blunt in saying nothing much has changed. It controls like a Far Cry game. It feels like a Far Cry game. And through playing 4 sort of in the lead up, I was like, number one, I was like, this is boring as batshit. Like, it's not progressing quick enough. It's too slow. I hope Primal doesn't do this. And then it was just a spur of the moment thing. It was like, oh, it's only $79. Like, we usually pay $99 for a retail game. Well, that's a lie. JB Hype I usually do is $79 on pretty much everything now. But I thought, why not? Just to see if it's any good. Played it for a few hours and was like, it's okay. It's not Far Cry to me. Like, what I remember 3 and 4 as being were very slow paced, try and focus on story and then get lost in side missions and come back for a bit more story. This is just a lot of the side mission-y type stuff. Like I said, it's incredibly passive. It's the more people that I've heard speak about it in terms of people who enjoy Far Cry traditionally are struggling to get to grips with it, whereas people who maybe weren't Far Cry fans, this is the Far Cry game for them. And in that sentiment, I kind of agree. I enjoy normal Far Cry, but it's not something that I ever get to the end of. I never persevere with it long enough because I think they are too slow and methodical about it. But this, I'm 40-50% of the way through, and I feel like I'm progressing well, and I'm having fun doing it. So give me some more saber-toothed tigers. I've got some rare animals to go hunt. It's basically like Pokemon for adults. You're hunting animals.
But isn't Pokemon for adults? Right?
Yeah, that's a whole
Like,
other topic. We can talk
excuse
about
me?
that.
Like, isn't Pokemon for adults? Yeah.
You're breaking my heart here. Come on.
I was sat at work today playing Pokemon on my lunch break.
Oh man, that's
You don't need to go there. I'm already there.
what a good way.
I like it, and that actually segues into something that we thought we were going. Well, that we said last week we'd have a talk about how games can use their mechanics to create whole new experiences, which I think this has done. Like I said, it's not an experience that I'd say if I was explaining to a Far Cry player, someone who's hot on the series, I wouldn't go, this is for you. So it's maybe for people to get on board with the series, learn it from fresh. So
like me.
I want each of you to pick a game that you want them to take the mechanics from that game and apply to a different scenario, and why would it be successful? And I'm looking at all three of you. I'm looking at all three of
Immediately,
you.
I thought about this.
Alana's already thought it. So I can go exactly better than you. The other two look.
Oh, can I borrow one of your answers?
Sure. Okay, so I really, really want a Star Wars game with Mass Effect mechanics, like Mass Effect 2 and 3, where you had the 1 to 8 hotkeys at the top that you could swap out your abilities, and you could pause it, but you didn't have to. Everything was you could kind of scale back the tempo to whatever you felt like, but it was really fluid and really easy, and it meant you could just chain these attacks together and move around the map, and it was all really smooth. And I love Star Wars more than most things in this world, and all the Star Wars games have been good, but I don't know, they haven't really truly felt like you are a Jedi or anyone in the Star Wars universe who's as good as the characters who we see in the movies or the ones we read about in the books. So I think a Star Wars game with those really cool, fluid, and just responsive Mass Effect mechanics would finally make you feel like you were as powerful as Obi-Wan or something. So yeah, pretty much KOTOR and Mass Effect. And the fact that they're both made by BioWare just makes it harder to come to terms with that it's not.
We've spoke before about the fact that we need to actually give the Old Republic a chance, a proper chance, because as the expansions have happened, it apparently, from what I've heard, spoke to people about, it's gone down that route. It's very heavily story influenced. Some of the team that were working on it were pulled over from Mass Effect when Mass Effect 3 launched, so a lot of the story content is sitting in that kind of way. But I can't get to grips with it because, as I've said millions of times, I can't play games on mouse and keyboard. If that game had controller support, I think it'd be the dog's bollocks. I still don't know why it's not on console. If things like The Elder Scrolls Online can be ported to a console, why can't Star Wars? But yeah, good choice. I'd play that game. I'd definitely play a real BioWare core title in the Star Wars universe. Chun, you still look deep in thought, so I'll pass it to Lauren, who still looks even more deeper in thought. Or maybe she's just dreaming buns or something.
I'm always deep in thought about everything. Okay, let's go. Literally any game where you have to punch someone in the face with Batman, Arkham, fighting, combat. Because that game, you feel like you're actually putting a fist through someone's face. Yeah, but it feels so good. I don't know what it is, because you're just, you're mashing buttons. You're yay, but it actually feels like it flows really well.
I was just clarifying the combat system in your game was that combat system.
Yeah, right. Yeah. People actually pay attention to combos? No, that's when I play Mortal Kombat. I'm just up, X, up. Yeah, no, literally anything with the Batman combat mechanics, because.
But where do you want it to go? What game universe do you want it in?
I don't know. Yeah, no, I have no idea.
I mean, we don't even need to limit it to other game universes, just books or movies or any situation.
Well, actually, no, I changed my mind. You know what I want? I want a Kill Bill game with Batman fight mechanics. That's what I
Yes.
A big
want. Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure if you call Tarantino up and say, get in touch with those people at WB.
Jeez. Get
And
Hey,
involved
he'd
with
be
that.
totally down for that. Though it wouldn't come out in Australia because there would be too much blood, and God forbid our children see that.
read what? It's easy enough to do these days. Chunt, have you got one set for us?
Yeah, the one that comes to mind immediately to me is kind of bittersweet. I remember playing Superman Returns on 360. I was all hyped up with that movie coming out, and I remember how I was convincing myself that this game is good because the flight mechanics in that game were spot on. Just the game alone, I would have an hour or something like that where I would just fly around Metropolis and just doing random shit just because I wanted to keep breaking that sound barrier across Metropolis. That was the most fun part. Excuse me. That was the most fun part about that game. Now, to put that mechanic into a game that I'd want to play would be an actual good Superman game for a start. That's the only thing I
You
can
want
think
a
of.
Superman game to be in a Superman game.
No. I want the Superman Return mechanics of the flying system in an actual good Superman game because they nailed that. And I've been wanting that ever since. I'm like, why did they ruin this for me? This could have been such a good experience, but the graphics sucked, the combat was shithouse, story was crap, the hit detection was garbage, but flying around Metropolis was amazing. So if they can take that into an actual good Superman game, that's literally the only thing that I want that I can think of.
So like the Batman Arkham games, but with Superman and flying.
Yeah, like if they could make a
Yeah.
Batman Arkham game, but with the Batman Arkham fighting system, you know how amazing that would be. Wait, they've already done that, but yeah, you get my point. It's like if they could just take that engine and go, okay, let's give someone some actual time to improve this and make Chunt happy, and then do it. It would sell at least one copy, at least.
I think there's a few more than that, and I don't think I think of all of us that have, well, all of you that have spoken about what you'd want, because I completely forgot to think about it myself, so I'm going to rush past it and just make this statement anyway.
Oh, no, that's not fair.
Chen, you probably might get your wish sooner than you think. I don't. Just a lot of the leaked stuff that we've seen from the team that worked on Arkham Origins, allegedly working on another superhero property. You have to feel that if it's in the DC universe, that it's going to be Justice League or Superman focused. Like, you just got to think it has, really. And I think we might hear more this year, probably to coincide with the cinematic release of Batman vs Superman.
Make it so.
I think it's a very, 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 very good possibility. Me, I don't know. I kind of want. I want Destiny's mechanics, so that kind of a first-person loot 'em shoot 'em thing, but in a game that'll take me longer than 20 hours to complete. I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and probably why I actually am now on board with being quite keen to play The Division is that reason exactly, is because of how much fun I had in that game and how much I played it. But I just want it set somewhere where I can keep going back, so it's more. Basically, if Destiny had content, that's the mechanic. That's the mechanics.
Boil it down,
That's the mechanics
Jamie.
I
Boil
want.
it down.
That's all I want. That's all I want from life. Consistent and good content. Because when it's there, it's good. Yeah, I think I'll leave that one. Because the thing that I play most is shooters, or I'd like to play a Diablo-esque type game.
Ugh,
Maybe
yes.
in a real world scenario. I think that could be quite interesting if they got the looting mechanics right.
What would you think if The Division was like a Diablo?
I think it could work. But as long as the context was there, because it's got to feel fun to play it. It'd be a difficult thing to pull off. You could do pretty much anything like that, because do you remember, this is going completely away from realistic, but have you played the Spartan Assault game?
Yeah.
Like, that's very, like, twin-stick shootery, loot droppy, upgrade your soldiery kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't enjoy that, actually. So
What a perfect
Maybe not.
example.
I'm sticking with example one. I want mechanics of Destiny in Destiny with content.
Fair enough.
Because I miss playing it. I do miss playing it quite a lot, but there's no reason whatsoever for me to turn that game on at the moment. Moving swiftly away from this subject because I forgot to think about it, even though I was making sure you guys did think about it.
You and Chunt just cheated. Just totally cheated.
How was that cheating?
Well,
That's the game I want.
Alana, you actually thought about it as requested.
That's the
Nobody
game
else
mechanic
did.
I want in the game I want. I think I succeeded.
It is a bit ridiculous. Let's talk about something else that happened this week. This is more news focused, and this is that 2 games that, well, us as a group are excited for were delayed until one of them by a few weeks. Not really that big a deal. And the other to next year. So we'll give Dan a little honourable mention and tell him that that game that he keeps telling me about is going to be good, is going to come out a couple of weeks later than it was supposed to. I'm sure it will be good, but I don't really care for it. There's this week's stab at Uncharted, Dan.
Oh dear.
Is
Mass
that why
Effect.
Dan's not here? Because he's crying about that?
Yeah, he knew that I was going to rip
Yeah.
into the fact that Uncharted was delayed, and he didn't like it.
Oh, fuck.
He
You just
wanna
can't
show his
deal with
face.
the extra pain.
No, but I do actually, I do feel some. Not taking the joke aside, annoying Dan away. The people that have been waiting for that game, this is what the 4th or 5th time they've put a delay on it now. Very similar to what happened with Arkham. I think Arkham only had 2 delays though, and then as it was coming, they were like, we need a week, just like one more week, and it's like,
Yeah, at 3
okay,
delays.
what the hell are you going to do in a week? But okay. Yeah, so now that's not coming out until May 10th, May 8th or May 10th. I didn't pay that much attention. But a couple of weeks extra for young Daniel to wait. Have to find something else to fill his time with, I'm sure he will.
Surely there's more PlayStation exclusive titles coming out in that time, right?
Fanboys inside, cunt. Keep them locked inside. The other one is a bit more of a kick in the teeth, because I know Alana, yourself, me, we're both looking forward to Mass Effect coming this year.
Oh, shit, yeah. My God. My God.
And it is now a 2017 Q1. That's what I've said.
Yeah,
What do you think,
I mean,
Alana? Happy?
I'm very sad about it. It was the first thing that I read this morning, and I think it like set my day off to a shitty start because I had like a kind of crappy day, and I think it all went back to that news. But I mean, you know, like we've talked about delays before, and they've given a good explanation as to why they didn't just like pull it out, you know, a week before release. So yeah, I'm sad, but I'm cool with them taking the extra time to make sure that this game is like as good as it can be, because I'm going to want it to be as good as it can be, and when the time comes, I'm going to be glad that they took the extra time. So yeah, I'm just crying myself to sleep tonight, but I'll get over it.
I'm not sure we need it this year. It's not like there's going to be nothing there for people to play, and it's going to be a time sink. Like, it's not a game that takes 10, 15 hours to complete. It's a game that takes hundreds of hours to complete.
And I think it'll do better in the market not coming out when it was supposed to, because it was going to be in with like the new Call of Duty, and there's rumored to be Battlefield 5 coming out, and they were all going to be around the same time. So, you know, a lot of people are excited for it, but it wouldn't have survived. Yeah.
Tomb Raider got one. It should never have just been a Xbox launch exclusive. They should have put it on PC at the same time. And 2, it came out the same day Fallout 4 came out. 2 idiotic boobs and the team that created that game, and it's a goddamn good game. I'm only about 20% into it. But it deserves more than that. It's a spectacular game.
Yeah.
Just touching on that news, Chunt, there's something to talk to you about. Are you one of these people who are massive Xbox fans who are getting pissed off that your games are now going to be on PC?
A little bit.
From seemingly the foreseeable future.
I feel like there's 2 sides to this. Obviously, there's the opportunity for these games to reach more gamers, but then you got people like me who only commit to one console because I'm not fucking loaded and I can't support multiple consoles. So I enjoy my experiences on Xbox. What's given me my gaming enjoyance for the last. I don't know, my Xbox Live Gold says I've been there for 8 years. So, um, look, I go with Xbox because of their exclusives, and now if they're going to be putting their exclusives still a Microsoft platform per se, but it's not Xbox. I know it's kind of the whole bullshit about brand loyalty that this world is hampered by, but I like Xbox not just as a brand but as a service, and that's why I've stuck with it. So now they're taking their exclusives on to PC. As I just mentioned, it's good that they're going to reach more gamers, and it's just going to make the developers more money, and Microsoft will have extra service in that regard. But it's just the loyalty thing. I feel kind of gypped because now I'm like, well, I don't need a fucking Xbox anymore. I could just go get a $500 or $600 graphics card and put it in my PC, and I'm ready to go. But saying that, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to upgrade. That's the other thing that I'm pissed off. Well, not I'm probably premature pissed off because if these games are starting to be developed for both Xbox and PC, then what's stopping the developer from wanting to optimize it to its fullest for the PC before the Xbox? Then I'm just going to get a janky version. Like, I don't know.
I mean, games that come to PC and consoles pretty much get optimized for consoles first and then adapted for PC later. So I don't think you're really in trouble of like losing out on your games or having the release pushed back for consoles in favor of PC. If anything, it's going to be the other way around, probably.
Well, I think so.
But larger on console in terms of the people these games are targeting.
Yeah, true. Well, Phil Spencer also dropped a little nugget saying that this might be the last Xbox as we know it. Future Xboxes might be released as iterations of, with better hardware inside, like the same kind of architecture and development system, but much like a PC, where the hardware inside will be upgraded over time to cater to the newer kind of models. It's just a little nugget that he dropped, and I have no idea if that's any kind of fact at all, but the fact that he's even humouring the idea is like, well, shit, okay, am I going to have to upgrade every 2 years, like buy an Xbox every 2 years or something like that? That's not the reason why I'm playing consoles. That's the reason why I'm steering away.
We're getting to the point now, and I think both Microsoft and Sony learned this with the PlayStation and 4 and the Xbox One, is the second they drop that hardware, as in we've now got a finished unit, we can tell everybody about it, we can plan to release it, we can launch it. In the space of time between them settling on what hardware was going to be in that machine, getting things manufactured and ready to go to process to get out of the door, PC's power had quadrupled.
Yeah.
The power of PC graphics had absolutely slaughtered what they've put in those machines. And that's why those machines were so cheap. They're the cheapest launch consoles since console generations began. Everything's always been way more expensive than that. And if you work it out for inflation, it's even more ridiculous. Like, they were really, really cheap consoles by comparison.
Yeah.
And that's because the tech in them was outdated. It was outdated when they came out. And like you were saying about the games, that's a worry for me. And if you look at, I think it's probably the same thing that you read that Phil Spencer was saying, was that, so the games that are coming out, the Xbox games, are only purchasable via the Xbox Store. Well, that's going to be the thing going forward. So Tomb Raider is now currently available in the Microsoft Store on Windows 10, but it's also available on Steam. Now, on Steam and via NVIDIA Direct, you will get SLI compatibility. It's configured better. It utilizes the tools in a much more comprehensive manner. Whereas if you download it from the Xbox Store, you don't get those options. It's locked. It is a locked game. They optimize it themselves, and then it's locked. And you pay the same price.
Yeah.
Now, that specific game I have played optimized for a PC use, and it absolutely blows the Xbox out of the water. Like, it's unbelievable. It's jaw-droppingly good. But that's where they've got to be careful, do you see what I mean? So they can't release Gears of War, right, which is a traditional Xbox franchise. They can't put Gears of War on Steam. If they start doing that, it's just a failure before it happens, because if I had those extra options paying the same price buying it on Steam, I'd buy it there. But the whole optimization thing, you've only got to look at The Division. Alana, you've seen it on PC. I saw it run on PC. I'm trying really, really hard to not buy that game on PC and buy it on the Xbox. It is phenomenal. It's a marked difference, but they had a team working on that. It wasn't a port. It was a PC game first, and then it was optimized for console. And you can see the difference. So, like Alana said, I don't think we have to worry that they're going to be games built for PC from the ground up that are then ported to console, because, as I just said to the install base, majority of gamers sit on the couch and play their Xbox or the PlayStation. It's only the real enthusiasts that tend to play on PC, because it's a more expensive entry point for one. Like a good gaming experience is going to cost you a fortune in comparison to, a home console experience.
$500 box, yeah.
Exactly, a $500 box versus the $1,100-$1,200 you have to spend on a graphics card to push these things to the limit that they're expecting, and it's not normal for most people. And as nice as it is, I tell you what, just because I have done it and built it, it's pulling me away. If they gave me achievements and if they gave me my Xbox profile on PC, I'd drop it in a heartbeat. I would, and Alana's gonna be the happiest person in the world, because she's gonna have "I told you so" face like straight across it. But if they gave me that, if they gave me the Xbox platform on a PC, I don't think I'd turn my Xbox back on.
Well, I guess just being like a lifetime console gamer, like since the NES, Genesis, SNES, and all that kind of crap, like all the way until now. That's what I like. That's what I've grown with. I don't want to have to indulge myself into that whole PC gaming market. It's just not me. Like, I don't like being tied to a desk to play my games all the time. Well, I'm doing it more and more now, just because of stuff that we're doing, and but
having equipment.
Yeah, that's cool and that's fine. It serves its purpose. But I'm out there outside on my couch with my TV, my home theater, and that's my gaming experience. And I like the all-in-one thing. Like, that's just me as that kind of consumer. I like my one device that does everything. At my home theater, I don't want a giant PC case to do all that stuff. And I like my games that are made exclusively for this platform. I could be talking about Nintendo here because that's all they do. They build their own games and they optimize them really well for their own hardware, and that's just what I like. Talking to you two about your PC gaming, like, it does intrigue me and it does excite me, and part of me is like, yeah, it would be kind of neat to be able to have everything at max as what they developed it as, just to experience that. But again, it's just the wallet, man. Like, I don't want to have to dedicate to that, and just, I don't know how often you guys upgrade your kit, but that's the other thing I want to avoid. I like having a console for 6, 8, 10 years. And not have to worry about it. Just go. That's just.
I just think that's where Phil Spencer's coming from, though. I don't think, obviously, that went off on a tangent towards like the difference in between the quality of the game on PC and the quality on a home console. But I think that's what he means in terms of that could be the way that a console goes. You may buy a console which may be much more accessible, so you can get to the internal components yourself. You can upgrade them, like, to change what you want to play games on. So I'd be happy to do that, provided I can still play with the controller. I literally do not care. That is, and I want my Xbox profile, because that, like you were saying, like, you've been a member for 8 years. I think mine's 7. That's a part of me. Do you know what I mean? That's 7 years of playing video games.
Yeah.
I need to take that with me. If Microsoft want to move me full time to the PC, they need to give me that profile, and they need to make the games that I'm playing still have achievements, still have everything that I want. But if they're making it possible for me to upgrade my own box at my own will to, max out these games, as you said, as the developers intended, I don't think I'd have a problem with it.
You might not, but what about mum and dad for their kid?
Yeah, exactly. They would. But what do they do then? So 3 years down the line, and the kid goes, I was at my friend's house, and my machine looks shit in comparison. Like, the graphics are terrible, the processing power's not there.
My box can't run this game. I bought this game, I can't run it. Mum, can you go buy me these extra components? Thanks, please.
Yeah, but that's the nature of consumerism, unfortunately, and it's a dangerous place to go. Video games may go there, they may not. We'll see. But I just thought I'd just touch on that, even though it's probably ended up being a longer talked about topic than the things we wanted to talk about, because I remembered reading it myself. So it's happening. And topic-wise, that'll move us into things that we've been playing. This is interesting because I played lots of stuff for the first time in a while. Lauren, we'll start with you. What have you been playing?
Hello, I have been playing, other than that, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, I've played a lot of. Oh boy, it's, I don't like change, and it's pretty much exactly the same as the first one, except for the fact that there isn't a menu anymore. It's like an open, ooh, walk your little flower over here to change this. Walk your flower, over here to do this. And I don't like it because it's wasting time. I could just be flicking through the menus, buying sticker packs, then customizing all in the same place. But when you buy your sticker packs, you can't use them until you walk, fucking, hitchhike on a car and go 5 kilometers down the road so that you can change your clothes. And then you go, I don't like that. I want more sticker packs. So you got to go all the bloody way back over there, buy more sticker packs, and then go all the way back.
Sounds exhausting.
I don't like that. Yeah, it's super exhausting. Oh my gosh, life is so hard. Life is so hard. My little virtual legs are pumping. No, otherwise it's really great. I'm enjoying it, except they took one of the best online game modes out, which is Gardens and Graveyards, and that was where I spent all of my time. And they've gotten rid of that, which makes me sad. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying listening to the children that can't mute their connects and screaming, and it's really peaceful. So
Man, you're just convincing me to play it.
Sounds like an
I know, right? Yeah, no, it's actually a really, really great game because you can't be mad at it. Because why can you have this beautiful music? Yeah, and you're like, oh, fuck that sunflower, but it doesn't go like that. No, excuse the language. Sorry, Mum. But yeah, no, great game. Really great.
Christopher, what have you been playing?
A bit of Mario All-Stars, actually, on my PSP. Been going back to that.
We do not advocate piracy.
Hey, well, I'm sure there's some kind of public domain thing I could probably try there, but not. But yeah, just that. I mean, I've got Rocket League. I've bought that a few weeks ago. I haven't played it yet. I need to get around to it. But Unravel's good. I'm enjoying that. Hand of Fate. I actually had a good time with that game. I went back and played a little bit more. I did a Let's Play thing on our channel for that, and yeah, a lot of people crap on that game. I kind of went in with a low expectation because of that, but then playing it for a little bit longer, I found myself enjoying it. Like, I was narrating the game on the video, but when I was playing by myself, I kept doing that. And I had a good time. I'm in here just talking to myself. But yeah, it was fun.
I was people that crapped on that game.
Yeah, there you go.
It was it just wasn't my cup of tea. Strokes for folks and all that. But,
well, I think it just hit a chord with me at the time because I've been quite exhausted lately with this VitaFit stuff, and it's just the right game at that time where I was just like, I can just chill and just flip these cards and then just talk to myself.
And yeah, talk to yourself and read saucy lady voices in your.
Yeah, I had a good time anyway. That's what I've been doing.
Alana, XCOM, we know about that. You don't have to tell us any more about it. You got us all killed because you're.
I got your. Okay, so the worst part is I did another mission after the one that I made the video on. I was determined to redeem myself. No, we all died even quicker.
Oh wow.
Wait, I was still the last one alive, right?
No, I'm pretty sure you died. No, wait, no, Dan died first again.
Again?
Sorry, Dan. And then I think it was you.
Look.
No one lasted long though, so don't feel bad, I guess. Or just everyone feels bad equally.
Yeah.
I promise, I'm actually good at the game, guys. I promise.
You just hate us.
Well, that is yet to be seen.
Tell us how you
You talk a big talk.
Did you play anything else, or have you just been playing XCOM?
Just been playing XCOM, but I have wanted to play Firewatch. And there are a few others that I've been kind of wanting to play for a while, but not more than I wanted to go back to XCOM. But now finally I'm beginning to want to play other games more. So that'll probably happen in the next week or so.
Yeah, I keep noticing every now and then in the bottom of my my screen on the PC it just pops up. Alana is playing XCOM. And then you must rage quit a mission or something or lose your internet connection because then 2 minutes later it'll pop up and go I might get the picture. How do you turn these notifications off? So nothing else from anyone. I played.
Yeah. Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, go for it.
I played Far Cry Primal. We've established that already. I also went back and played Firewatch because I had to capture footage for review. I did the same with that Dragon Cancer. I literally caught footage from a couple of different chapters and turned that off because it's majorly depressing. And I went back to Far Cry Primal, and then I played Super Hot when it came out. That game is the tits. It's fucking brilliant. I turned it on going, this is going to be boring. I'm going to be sat here for half an hour. I'm turning the capture on now from the start because I'm not going to want to come back to this. And then it was like 12:30, and I was like, whoa. How many levels are in this game? How long have I been sat here for? I really like it. So that review went out stupidly at like 10 o'clock last night, which is the worst time to put anything up ever. So this podcast will probably fall into the same cart as that because it's 9 o'clock now. We was a little bit later starting, but it is Thursday. It's the first time we've done it on a Thursday in like 4 weeks, and we're supposed to do it on Thursdays. But that's all I've played.
Go team.
Yeah, we've done well, and we've had a lot of stuff happening. So that'll cue a plug. Alana, what have you got to go up on the site this week, and what have you got happening in the coming days?
I put up my my heartbreaking XCOM video where I made everyone in GamePlug and I took us out on a mission. And I was really hopeful at first that we'd do well, but we did not, and everyone died. Lauren was a badass.
Of course, naturally.
Like at one point, Lauren was the last one left alive, and there were like 5 enemies, and they were like surrounding her, and everyone was shooting at her and like trying to stab her. She was just missing like ducking and just like standing there. She was like, "Nah, it's cool." Yeah. No, and then she died.
Yeah, you can leave that bit out. Like, come on.
Yeah, sorry. No, she missed everything, and then she won, and I've now won the game just with Lauren. It's cool.
Yeah,
she's the best.
I did everything. That's really going well for me. Yeah.
It's LaurenCon. Chun, what have you had?
So what? Me? Oh, I've got my another Games with Gold video for next Wednesday, which is I think it's a Sherlock Holmes game. Either that or it's Supreme Commander 2. For 360, you can download it now into your console of choice between Xbox One and 360. I will be playing it on my Xbox One, and that will be up next Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Supreme Commander 2 because that time's out before Sherlock Holmes, which is available a month. So then after that, I've got 2 or 3 or 4 more games to do each week. So keep posted for my Games with Gold videos.
Yeah, I installed that yesterday. I've heard good things about it. The Sherlock game's supposed to be pretty good, so I'm keen to give it a try. Lauren, what about you? You reviewed Unravel hilariously.
Thank you. Yes, I did.
What's next in the line for you?
All right. So what I have currently on my computer is a very discombobulated work in progress Let's Play of this weird little like indie Steam game called Pony Island, where you're in like an arcade machine that's been possessed by Satan, and it is a weird it's a weird game. I'm looking at my Steam now. I've played like 130 minutes of it, and the entire time it was just pure confusion. I didn't know what was going on. It's like a puzzle game. It was weird. So I'm working on that. I'm going to do a drunk ooh, things getting desperate. A drunk Let's Play of American Truck Simulator. So look out for that.
Yes.
I don't know what it says about us as like a group of people when the next video that I'm working on is also a drunk one.
Oh my god.
Australia, mate. Australia.
I mean, at least it's not meth, so that's always a good thing.
True.
Well, true.
Yeah, I mean that'll be later. Like meth will come. Like alcohol's a gateway.
Meth Let's Plays, yeah.
Yeah, meth play.
I've given alcoholic Australian the platform to
Do meth. Will the games play you?
I like that. I think I might start doing meth now, actually. That's it. I'm there.
Lauren's
The current
meth
affairs said no,
plays.
but
Call them meth plays instead.
Gee, we're all going to be watching this in a few years and crying and like, that's where it all started. That's where she spiraled. Oh God.
While we're all scraping together the meth off the bottom of our shoes.
Hey, it's still good even off the bottom of shoes, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I reviewed Superhot. That went up yesterday. I reviewed Firewatch. That is going up on Monday, I think. And that Dragon Cancer at the end of next week. But we'll have done another podcast by then, so I'll say stuff about that then. Alana and I are also going to do a spoiler cast for Life is Strange
Yeah, excited.
this weekend. That will fall under the switched on bracket, of which Chunt and I did a talk about Halo a long time ago.
Yeah, there's one video.
That was like 5 months ago. We've just not
I remember
really...
that. That was like an hour-long video as well.
Yeah, we just sat and talked about Halo for ages.
I tell you, it felt like 10 minutes.
Even though we were both sorely disappointed with the main game.
Yeah, but you know.
Poor
much
Halo
at this
things.
point. Yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to let you lovely people go off and enjoy the rest of your evening so I can go off and enjoy the rest of mine.
Smashing.
As I said, Switched On will go up this weekend when Alana and I have talked about Life is Strange for quite some time as we both can't stop talking or thinking about it.
Like,
Since-
I mentioned to Jamie the other day that, like, in our weekly morning meetings, someone played, like, this inspirational video and it had this song by, I'm pretty sure, one of the bands who was in the, like, the soundtrack for Life is Strange. It wasn't even one of the songs that was in the game. It was just, like, the same sound, and I was, like, tearing up in the meeting. I was like, no, don't cry. Don't think about it. Just think of that work.
Don't
So
make a scene.
my plan is through the conversation and the spoiler cast of it, I'm going to make Alana cry.
have some tissues prepared.
We
Bookmarking
talk
this
about a deep
already.
emotional journey that we've been on together.
Look at her go. She's already crying. Are you okay, Alana? You right?
I gotta go, guys.
Hangs up.
And on that note, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Toodles,
That was all
toodles.
good.
Bye.